What's up again, guys? Yeah, it's me, Dovahkiin, and welcome back to my Baldur's Gate 3 series. And before we begin, be sure to hit on the subscribe button for more great videos. Okay, in the previous episode, we traversed the beach ravaged by the crashed Nautiloid, reunited with a couple of companions, and met new ones along the way, thus gathering a formidable party to formally start our adventure. In today's vid, we will do our first dungeon crawl. But before that, let's talk about graphics. These are the system requirements of this game, and with a 10th gen i7 and an RTX 3060 Ti, way more than the recommended, my rig can definitely run this game on maximum settings. However, although I mostly followed the maxed out recommendation of my GeForce Experience app, there are still some things that you can slightly tone down, which will not have a noticeable impact on image quality, and provide you a little bit of boost in performance instead. By the way, I've also highlighted others that need some sort of explanation. First is fog quality. There ain't much difference between ultra and high, so I set mine to the latter. Next is shadow quality. You can tone this down from high to medium, and you won't notice an impact on visuals during gameplay. However, the difference becomes apparent in cinematic dialogues. Speaking of which, animation level of detail, if I recall correctly in early access, this one affects gestures and facial expressions in cinematic dialogue. Just leave it on high, cause lower settings will make characters seem like bad actors and nearly poker-faced. On Fidelity FX Sharpening. Although I'm using an NVIDIA GPU, I don't know why, but this one works for me. Next is depth of field quality. I've toned it from quarter denoise down to just quarter, and it makes no apparent difference. Okay, let's go back to anti-aliasing. GFE recommends that I use NVIDIA DLAA, but mine is set to none. YouTube re-encodes videos upon upload, reducing quality and blurring them in the process. So there's my anti-aliasing. Don't worry, the game still looks phenomenal at my end. And next is the graphics API setting, which is located in the Larian launcher. Vulkan is newer, but I suggest that you use DirectX 11 cause it's more stable. Lastly, just make sure that your driver is up to date. NVIDIA released a driver for BG3, and you should have that installed. Alright, now let me talk about advanced tactics. And to remind you again, this is Tactician mode. And I'm gonna try my best to make all the fights in this vid seem rather easy. Speaking of which, if you can't fight wisely and creatively, thinking out of the box for that matter, this difficulty mode is not for you. Now, the foundation of advanced tactics in this game is mastering time dilation. But I'm not talking about the one in Einstein's theory of relativity. This one is not rocket science, but rather a core mechanic of the Divinity 4.0 engine. The game engine made and used by Larian to develop BG3. And apparently, Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2 ran on the older versions of this engine. And as I've said before, I've played those games in Tactician mode as well. So obviously, I've mastered the mechanic of time dilation. Anyway, what is this time dilation shit that I'm talking about? There's really no name to this mechanic, and I practically just made that up. cause it kinda works like the one in actual science. You see, time passes by differently for characters in combat and those that are not. While in combat, in turn-based mode to be exact, a character's actions and movement are limited. The opposite of someone outside combat or in real time. And the key here is making the two conditions happen at the same time. So how do you do that? You will need someone to trigger combat. That guy will then enter turn-based mode, but not alone. All enemies will be in that mode as well. Hence, if that character takes the initiative or the first turn, which is what normally happens because enemies will get the surprised status, they will all be frozen in a time bubble if your guy who owns the first turn doesn't do anything. On the other hand, your characters in real time can freely do whatever they want. They can intentionally join the time bubble by attacking, which gives them an advantage, or accidentally by moving within the line of sight of an enemy. Thus, obviously, stealth and ungrouping your squad are involved in this tactic, which I've already discussed in previous vids. Now let me illustrate this by dealing with a group of bandits at the chapel ruins southeast of the map. And Star will be my trigger man. Okay, let's begin.
Alright, time to skulk about. Best be on my way.
Still in shadow. Not one false move. I'm ready. I see a way.
There could be all sorts of loot in that thing. Don't you want to be rich?
I want to be rich, but not if it'll get me killed.
I'll just wait till the mage reaches the center of the opposite balcony. Now the time bubble is active.
Cloak and dagger, my favorite.
Alright, another formidable tactic is scouting the battleground beforehand and utilizing objects. Shadow has now entered the bubble. Next will be LZ, then finally my main.
I should remember.
I can be subtle sometimes. Never wanted the easy path.
Shall we dance?
These boots have seen everything.
Take note of the shield.
What's hiding here?
Also, the shovel and the scale mail. This is the exact side quest that pertains to this area. Explore the ruins. However, if you ambush them without a word, just like what I did, the quest will not be listed down in your journal. But that's fine, cause you'll still get all the rewards anyway. On a side note, in case you haven't noticed, my entire party is buffed with Longstrider. Although it's a level 1 spell, it is a ritual, which can be cast without expending spell slots, much like cantrips. And I had Gale buff this onto us before leaving camp. My main, being a half-elf, has proficiency with shields, so I'm gonna equip that on him. As per the scale mail, that will go to Shadow.
Let's move.
Now, let's discover some buried chests, and use the shovel to dig them out.
That's curious.
Something over there.
What's that?
Okay, let's get into the refectory of the chapel.
Everything all right out there? I told him it wasn't safe out there. Get inside and I'll rustle up some bandages.
You're dead!
This will do nicely. Time to push my luck again.
Victory awaits.
Never a dull moment.
Victory awaits.
At the ready. No more prayers. Only dust and silence.
Who are those prayers for? Normally the patron god is obvious. Not here.
Ancient, indecipherable text covers the plaque.
A dead tongue. Whoever worshipped here must be long gone.
If you have the digital deluxe edition of the game like me, you will find paintings like this one, artworks from Rivellon, the world of the Divinity franchise, and I'll try to complete the collection. Got Fane, my favorite companion in DOS 2. Alright, there's another group of bandits behind that door. And of course, I'm gonna use my time dilation on those fuckers. Also, there's an oil barrel that I can blow up. And the key here is to eliminate the two enemies whose lines of sight or vision cones are facing the door, so that my other guys can sneak in real time. If the explosion doesn't kill him, just use ranged attacks. Anyhow, I'm gonna show you another advanced tactic later in this fight.
Out of sight, out of mind. I'm just waiting. The element of surprise.
Now I give you the candle drop tactic.
Want to fail.
Remember that LZ is still in real time and can practically go anywhere outside of the vision cones. And if she uses her dip weapon, which is a bonus action, it will not expend anything. As per the candle drop itself, watch closely.
Vital boost.
Bit of caution never hurt. On my way.
The mission has to come first. No time to dally.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Okay,
Swift
let's
as
loot
my
up.
feet can carry me. I'm exhausted. Better find somewhere to camp soon. No lock, no handle. How does it open?
There's a hidden lever to unlock that door.
You do not recognize the language on the plaque.
I'm ready.
Looking ahead. path lies before me. That might be worth a look. Light on my feet. This place wasn't built for the living.
Let's get on with it.
No one back home will ever believe this.
The most important trap to discover here is the one on the central sarcophagus.
The text on the plaque is a mystery to you.
Tread. Be cautious. Strange coin. I wonder what it's worth. What a day. A crooked touch. These things have stayed interesting.
This door leads outside, back to the ravaged beach. See this button on the pillar? If you fail to disarm the trapped sarcophagus, press this ASAP before the entire room turns into an inferno.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Alright, we're gonna need a long rest, cause the next part of this dungeon is gonna be quite a challenge.
How much farther can I go?
Be with you in a moment. A gentleman's only as dashing as his least groomed locus. Be that as it may. Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of? Spot on. Day 1, fever and memory loss. Day 2, hallucinations and graying skin. Day 3, hair loss and blood leaking from all orifices. Need to go on? Day 4, excruciating pain as the skeleton and organs reform and reposition. Day 5, the host personality has disappeared, fingers and toes and limbs elongate. I take it you get the picture? Day 6, the flesh around the mouth splits to make way for tentacles. Day 7, a mind flayer is born. This is the annotated version, of course. Spot on again. Our orifices remain blissfully unblooded, our heads remain clear, and our blood temperature normal. Any expert will agree this is abnormal. I'll toast to that. The pragmatic in me, however, sees only the silence before the storm. Something to sleep on. We should get some rest.
I saw you getting a lecture from our magical friend. I have to say, I thought you'd look worse, but no. Not a tentacle to be seen. It's unexpected, but we shan't complain. I'm not taking anything for granted, of course. First sign of change, and I'll have to stop that pretty little heart of yours. I am open to suggestions. Knives, poison, strangulation, whatever you'd prefer. A classic. One good thrust to the heart and you're gone. We need a good blade, of course. Don't want to waste time hacking and prodding with a dinner knife. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is all a worst-case scenario, obviously. If the last day has taught me anything, it's that the impossible is more likely than you think. Now, let's get some rest. The sooner we start tomorrow, the better our chances of keeping this hypothetical.
Okay, we're back. So now let's enter the northern room.
Let's see what this does.
First thing to do is loot all the entombed scribes, their weapons in particular.
Armed scribes. No sign of a struggle.
The bones are intact. Would not scavengers have disturbed them?
Jurgle? I didn't think anyone worshipped the scribe of the dead.
The inscription is in a language unknown to you.
Looks like someone wanted to bury their secrets.
Now let's learn some lore.
This book is far lighter than it should be with such a massive log. As the lock opens, weak magic pulses from the book. Such a waste, binding it to dry, dead parchment. What was once script is now an obliterated scrawl. You have a sense these are names, a list. But of what? Gods. These are the names of gods, once lost but now restored after the Second Sundering. The last three names in this book sit close together, but are so devastated by the scrawl as to be unreadable. Entire pantheons have dwindled and been reborn, silently recorded by this book.
Inspiration are points that you can spend to re-roll if you fail an ability check. But as I've said before, save scumming and the F8 key for quick load is way better than this mechanic. By the way, as per the 3 unreadable names in the book, I think those are the dead 3: Bane, Baal, and Miracle. Speaking of which, back in BG1 and 2, you play as one of Baal's many offspring, a Baal spawn. Alright, now to this dungeon's final fight. I will still apply the same tactic, but there's a slight difference in this impending battle. It triggers via an event. And if you looted the skeletons earlier, just like what I did, they will be unarmed later. Anyhow, to make sure that the rest of my squad remains hidden in real time, I've placed them on strategic spots.
Ready for anything. Cloak and dagger. My favorite.
Okay, let's do this.
Another step forward. What's that? Woke up.
My patience wanes. A critical step. My path be true. Can't afford to stay idle.
I won't give in. guessing. Nothing will stand in my way.
Time to strike.
Life comes easy these days. Can't slow down. Time for a cull. Let's go. Sometimes the only way out is through.
Moving.
Come on, can't stay idle.
I will ascend.
No choice but to keep going. They didn't want to surrender their valuables, even after death.
Let us fill our packs and depart. The dead need no trinkets, but we might make use of them.
And that is how you make things
Find a way
easy.
forward.
Now let's unearth the real secret of this crypt. An NPC.
One day I'll catch a break. A lot of effort to hide one sarcophagus.
Here lies the guardian of tombs. Through knowledge comes atonement.
So he has spoken, and so thou standest before me, right as always. What a curious way to awaken. Now, I have a question for thee. What is the worth of a single mortal's life? Curiosity. Nothing more. Wilt thou answer my question? So, I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life? In death, that is so. Very well. I am satisfied. We have met, and I know thy face. We will see each other again at the proper time and place. Farewell.
This amulet that can cast the Speak with the Dead spell is the best loot in this dungeon. Now let's get out of here to meet Wither's back at the campsite.
Might be useful. One day I'll catch a break.
We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services. A mending of the threads between life and death. Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more. Because it is my calling, there is little else to explain. A matter of coin.
And this is it, one of the most important features in the game. Respecing your characters for only 100 gold. Take note, as seen here, you can only change your class, but not your race and appearance. Alright, let's call it a day.
Don't sleep well, flitting between dreams and nightmares. Maybe you wake up because you know something is wrong, or maybe you just get lucky.
Shit. No, it's not what it looks like. I swear. I wasn't going to hurt you. I just needed, well, blood.
There, in the dim firelight, you see him for what he really is. A vampire, a slave to sanguine hunger.
I've never killed anyone. Well, not for food. I feed on animals, boars, deer, kobolds, whatever I can get. But it's not enough. Not if I have to fight. I feel so weak. If I just had a little blood, I could think clearer, fight better. Please.
A strange sensation courses through you, and your companion's mind unfolds, secrets half revealed.
At best, I was sure you'd say no. More likely, you'd ram a stake through my ribs. No. I needed you to trust me. And you can trust me. Thank you. Do you think you could trust me just a little further? I only need a taste. I swear. Ah, of course. I shall be gentle as a babe. Let's make ourselves comfortable, shall we?
It's like a shard of ice into your neck, a quick, sharp pain that fades to throbbing numbness. Your breath catches, your pulse quickens.
Oh, of course. That was amazing. My mind is finally clear. I feel strong. I feel happy. Shouldn't take long. So many people need killing. Now, if you'll excuse me, you're invigorating, but I need something more filling. This is a gift, you know. I won't forget it.
You watch as he stalks towards the forest, stronger, more confident, ready to hunt.
Good morning. How do you feel? A pity. Just be grateful I'm not a true vampire. A bite from them and you might wake up as a vampire spawn. Like my good self. All of a vampire's hunger, but few of their powers. Oh no. I should be cinders in this light. I hadn't seen the sun for 200 years before we crashed here. Someone, or something, wants me alive. They've changed the rules. Standing in the sun, wading through a river, wandering into homes without an invitation. They're all perfectly mundane activities now. As for my other quirks, well, we can figure those out in time. That's my theory, but who knows? I'm just glad you're being sensible about these revelations. I was worried people might turn up with torches and pitchforks. Although there's still time.
A vampire among us? So be it. But should I wake with so much as a drop of blood on my neck, I will end him.
I'd just better not wake in the night to find fangs at my throat.
He's not wrong. We're bound together, no matter what comes.
Maybe we could get him to wear a bell. Dissuade any nighttime prowling.
There now. We're all friends again. Shall we go? There's a long day ahead of us.
I got the Bloodless debuff while Star was buffed with Happy. Also, he got a new bonus action, Vampiric Bite. which along with an HP draining effect, will also apply the same buff to Star and debuff to the target. Alright, in the next episode, we're gonna need to find a settlement, so that we can finally sell the loot that we gathered. So, stay tuned in. And that is all there is for now. Thanks for watching. Also, check out other videos from Sabbath Clan Philippines and don't forget to subscribe. See you on my next vid. Peace out, y'all.